let me remind you of Akala. He speaks as he goes.
I read about those things that were making people happy when we were in government.
What were those things that made people happy?
You see, in politics, you would like to be above your opponent. And when I start talking much about my plan for the people, when we have not started debate, I'm letting my secretary out of the bag.
No, it's not just the plans now. You said you've done these things before.
A lot of things
So
before.
we want to know what were those things that made people happy?
A lot of things I've done before, because I allow people to have access to money.
Yes, that is an issue. Because you go to town, they say Alao Akala is ATM machine. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I've heard some people calling me ATM.
Yes, why should they call you ATM?
Because there was money in town when I was there.
How did you put the money in town?
How did I put the money in town?
Yeah.
Because I localized my economy.
Some said you could carry Ghana Must Go to a party and share the money.
No, you don't share. I don't share money. Let me give you an example. Today you have bought a new phone, and his colleagues saw it. Oh boy, this is your phone, nice. So where did you get this new phone? He said it's cost of Akala. Where did you know Akala? He said no. It wasn't Akala that gave it to me directly, but my dad worked for the government, and the government paid him. So I just went to him and asked that, Daddy, I needed another phone, and he quickly gave me money. So if Akala had not paid my father that money, my father wouldn't have been able to give me money.
So you're saying you employed a lot of local contractors?
Local content. I will localize everything. And
everything?
Yes. Everything, unless where we cannot get expertise within our state.
Power, in its rawest form, becomes a commodity to be acquired, consolidated, and exploited, often with little regard for the moral costs. In 2011, in Oyo State, Alao Akala was Teslim Folarin's nemesis. In 2015, in Oyo State, Teslim Folarin was Akala's nemesis. You do me, I do you. Akala did him in 2011. In 2015, he did Akala. You do me, I do you. What is the consequences of such politics? You see, this is where Teslim Folarin comes in. Let me tell you the story. Brief. Teslim forced Akala out of the PDP, having received the nod of the national leadership of the party to become the gubernatorial candidate of the party in 2015. That was when Folarin perfected his politics of Jagbaism. See, Jagbaism is a concept worth studying for anyone interested in power. And one of the lessons I'm going to teach in my physical class of politics is Jagbaism. I have finished the note, and you will see how Jagbaism can be employed as a tool for positive power acquisition. The game is on. Having interviewed Folarin again and again, having had several private sessions with him, having studied him over the last 15 years, feel free to consult me on Folarin's politics of power. Folarin must be cooking another devastating move already, having failed to win the last gubernatorial contest in Oyo State. But what is Seyi Makinde cooking? Now let's leave Seyi out of this discourse for now. I'll bring him in at some point. I'll tell you something. But just watch out for him. Something is going on in his mind. He's not speaking, but I can see it. In 2014, Folarin took the keys of the PDP in Oyo State and locked Akala out. Akala, who was the landlord, found himself in the rain. In this interview with Rashid Laduja in 2014, the former governor gives insight on how Folarin made his move on Akala. Let me bring you back to the PDP. Is it true that the likes of Folarin don't want you there?
I don't know, and I don't think that they don't want me. I think they want me to boost their own image. Because Folarin came to see me in London.
And told you?
And told me that, okay, we are expecting you in PDP. I said, yes, we are expecting me in PDP. But when we tried to join PDP, you change the names in Abuja of members of the ward and local government executive.
So he really did?
So he said, yeah, he said that, but you know, in PDP, we hijack and man Jagbani. If you don't know what it means, we hijack things. I said, well, in accord, we don't jagba. We don't hijack. We allow people's will to prevail. I said, now that you have hijacked it, how will you feel if the party now says that they want to carry out a sane harmonization? He said, we will go to court. He said, because Oyo State is not one of the 10 states where they said that the congresses were not conclusive. And that in any case, the party has recognized our congresses, they have recognized our chairman, and has been attending the NEC meeting. So if they try to tamper with it, we will go to court. And as I told you, I don't want to turn Oyo State to another Ogun State, whereby we will be going to court. It doesn't pay. It will just becloud your thinking, and you will not be able to carry out the normal mobilization, and it will not serve the purpose of the people of Oyo State.
Folarin wants you in PDP, but does not want you to control the party.
I don't know. I didn't want to control the party neither, because I didn't say that I'm coming to PDP to control the party. When they talked to us, I said, okay, if you want to join, if you want us to join, yes, the terms will be where we won the election, we will be the chairman. Where you won, we will be the chairman, and we were going to share the executive in accordance to our strength.
And he betrayed that trust.
He said he was not a party to that discussion, which was true.
Who did you have your discussions with? Akala?
Well, they had what they call elders committee. When I met them and I said, look, these are the terms, and we discussed and we negotiated and we agreed and we put it in a sort of a booklet.
How come Folarin was able to hijack that arrangement?
Is that my own arrangement? That's my own. I was not in PDP. I was not in PDP, and I think that it's God that doesn't want me in PDP anyway.
Should we say now that Folarin became very smart and decided to give it to Akala?
You see, the problem that I have is that I am a straightforward person. We fight today, tomorrow we are friends. That is me. Because
you think Folarin is not that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what transpired between them.
Into his hand?
No. You see, later on, when eventually I met Akala, when they came to see me, when Folarin and Co came to see me, while they were persuading me to join PDP, they told me, Agba Akala ni. You know the meaning of Agba Akala ni? Agba Akala means they dipped him. And Akala came to see me here, in this farm. And I said, Akala, do you know what Folarin told me? He said, what? I said, he told me, I want Baoni. And he said, yes, I have realized that. So are you now expecting me to also go to a place between Magba and Mina? You expect me to go to where they are also going to dupe me? Eh? Akala told me that they provided 30 million naira to hijack the party. So, where is the money that I want to use, spend to hijack the party? How will it add to winning an election in Oyo State?
Do you think Akala is finished politically?
No, I don't think so.
Has Akala ever told you that he wants to run for the Senate seat
No,
in 2015?
we have not discussed to that level.
Are you very close to Akala now?
What do you mean by I'm close? What is very close? Akala, I told you that he came here. He came to my house. I've been to his house. So what is our problem? You see, in my mind, politics is an issue that we should see as being able to be in a society that will lead to winning an election.
No permanent friend, no permanent enemy?
No, definitely.
So today, Akala Ladoja are friends.
We have never at any time been enemies. I've never seen Akala as my enemy at any time. I've told you that I don't have enemies. I don't.
Do you still want to be governor?
That is left in the hands of God. You know, it was not my wish to even contest in 2011.
What happened?
What happened was that Akala believed that taking me to EFCC will stop me from contesting. So I said, okay, if that is the case, then let us go ahead. So, and everybody agreed at that time that Akala must go.
And you wanted him out?
And I wanted him out.
And you succeeded in pushing him out?
By the grace of God. Because it was not because of what happened to me. It was because it was not giving a government to my satisfaction.
You felt he didn't perform?
It did not live up to my expectation.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
You know why I was quoting him that way about Akala? You know, Ladoja was impeached. Akala was Ladoja's deputy. And Ladoja was impeached. And from investigation, it seems Akala enjoyed the impeachment because he became governor. You know, and that caused that division between him and his boss, Ladoja. So when he was telling me that Akala is his friend, that he holds no grudge against Akala, I was still probing. Are you sure? This was the guy, perhaps, who benefited from your impeachment. But again, that's politics. You know, Ladoja can be a liberal and can also be stubborn. How, you would say? You know, Akala took Teslim Folarin for granted in 2014. Until Folarin proved what he can do, Akala did not believe it. So, he edged Akala out of the PDP. Like falcons in flight, power brokers are often restless and unpredictable. They are driven by ambition rather than principles. Their actions create instability, underscoring the need for leaders who prioritize service over personal ambition. Before I take a cup of water, I want us to listen to Folarin. Here, Folarin talks about Ladoja. You know, Ladoja has just talked about Folarin and Akala. But in this 2014 interview, Folarin talks about Ladoja. Can you tell us what happened during one of the reconciliation meetings that was supposed to hold in the house of Senator Lekan Balogun?
I wasn't there. You'll have to speak to Senator Balogun.
The meeting did not hold eventually there.
You'll have to speak to him. I don't know.
And everybody then moved to the house of Akala.
I wasn't part of it.
Where were you then?
I was in Abuja.
But you knew about the meeting?
I didn't agree with the meeting.
Why didn't you agree with the meeting?
I didn't agree with the meeting for a simple reason. We had just finished our Congress, okay? And then there was the issue of Senator Ladoja coming into PDP. And then there were some aggrieved people. So I just felt, look, we were taking on too much at the same time. If we want to talk with aggrieved people, let us talk. I'm also aggrieved. Let us sit and talk. But there's no point aggrieved people now coming in with Senator Ladoja in accord. It didn't make sense to me.
Do you want Ladoja to join the PDP?
Absolutely, yes. Why not?
They say you don't want him to join the PDP.
That is what my detractors will say. Why wouldn't I want him to join PDP?
Because you are scared if he joined the PDP, you will not get the governorship ticket.
We're not talking about governorship ticket here. And how would it stop me if I want to pick up the ticket?
You said he's more popular. He has been tested. You have not been tested.
Governor Ladoja and I are not on the same level politically.
He's on a higher level?
Absolutely, yes, he is, yeah.
And you will be ready to give him the ticket if he finally emerges as a member of the PDP.
Does he want to be governor?
Let's assume he wants to be governor.
I don't work on assumptions. I don't work on assumptions.
Would you step down for Ladoja?
No, I won't step down for anybody if I want to contest. When I do take that decision, and which I will take next year, I won't step down for anybody, no.
So you are openly in agreement with the idea of Ladoja joining the PDP?
Listen. Ladoja, who is my Oga, alongside my other Ogas like Senator Balogun, Chief Adiojo, Chief Oyulese, we were all fighting for the same thing, which is for the ex-governor to give us a bit of space to operate, okay? Now, he went to a court. It didn't work out. But at the end of the day, he didn't win the election. He wanted to be governor. He didn't win.
Well, he made a point.
The point was for him to win the election. He didn't win. He didn't win the election.
He's a force to be reckoned with today.
Without any doubt. Alongside other people too.
State Affairs with Edmondo Bilo is live.
You know, Folarin said when he's ready to go for the governorship ticket, nobody can stop him. And nobody was able to stop him. He got PDP ticket in 2015. They could not stop him. As we speak, Folarin is a huge factor in Oyo State politics. After Makinde, it is Folarin. Will you be surprised to see Makinde and Folarin go into alliance? Will you be surprised? Will the APC unravel? Certainly Tinubu will hijack it. Tinubu will determine what happens in APC. Will they skim Folarin out? Did Tinubu support Folarin in the last election? Is Folarin angry with Tinubu? Does Tinubu like Folarin? Okay. Many questions that I cannot answer. But at this point, just stay cool, okay? Stay cool. Just cool down. More to come. It is Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station.